Winner, winner, free chicken dinner. Or lunch when you download the Zaxby's app. Winner, winner, free chicken dinner. Or lunch when you download the Zaxby's app.
Music bed.
Wellness is whatever works for you.
Get all your videos ad-free and watch uninterrupted. Try YouTube Premium on us.
YouTube Music is a music app that lets you choose what mood fits you best, so you can jam your way through those squats. Leg day every day. Get YouTube Music Premium.
It's just different.
It is 1 o'clock. It is Monday. It is time for the Monday message. I'm so excited to be chatting with everybody. Of course, with the travel over the last little bit, we had the view from the edge. We had all of us on the road for that Monday. I had some people step up last week and substitute for me as I was traveling to Detroit. I was in Detroit. I was in Houston. I was in Fort Lauderdale last week. And just fired up, meeting new people, meeting people that want to do something big, meeting people that are at they're at a change point. Like in Detroit, I was with Michaela, part of Jeremico's team. Dude, she had the sharpest people at the meeting. I'm just telling you, Rogers and Kim had 5 new people. I'm just going, if I'm in Detroit, dadgummit, I'm not getting left behind. I'm not gonna let everybody just get all the sharp people. Might as well be some of mine. You might as well be on your team. You know what I'm saying? Like that was awesome. Then Houston got to spend some time with my brother Adam Katz. And then Fort Lauderdale was, just again, another exciting meeting with people that are out to get some stuff done. I'm working on my June travel schedule, working on July and August. Where do you have sharp people? I want to help your sharp people. I'm gonna be helping somebody's sharp people. You know what I'm saying? Might as well be yours. Might as well be yours. That's who I want to help. So talk to me. Tell me where I can go to help you. We've got this Saturday a boot camp coming up in Dallas, Texas. I'll be there. Nick Greco will be there. Brandon Manley will be there. Andy Albright will be there. It is going to be an intense boot camp. We are starting at 9 o'clock and we are going hard. I'm just telling you, this boot camp is going to be insane. I just looked at the agenda this morning. It is going to be a boot camp that will put you further ahead. It'll put you 6 months ahead of the learning curve. If you've been with us for a few years, I'm telling you, you are going to get stuff from that boot camp that will absolutely make you more money this last half of the year. I'm just telling you, when you get that many people together that are after something, magic stuff happens. So we got that coming up. We got Miami. All roads lead to Miami right now. All roads lead to Miami. We'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of the call. But what I want to share with you today is this. After the leaderboards, here's the message. What do you do at this point in a goal? We set a massive goal as a team. We're going to do $1 million in premium in May and $1 million again in June. Many of you set massive goals. Jeremico told everybody he's doing 40,000 in personal production, and his team is going to do 250,000 in production. We've heard massive goals all through the team. Mimi, her team, going to do 100,000 in May. So here's what I want to talk about. Once you set that goal and you get to like this point of the month, what to do then. And I'm going to share some stuff with you on how those goals go. And then depending on which of the two ways that yours is going, what to do then. But let's get right into our leaderboards. Let's get our recognition rocking for the week that was in submitted premium. All producers over 1,000. Let's see. There we go. Okay, all producers over 1,000 for the week that was. We'll start with Quentin Martinez, Evan Patzer, Katarina DeSanto, Robin Beal, Seth and Adina Decker, Stacy Colbreth, Sabrina Floyd, Deidre Haynes, Sarah Mendoza, Ryan and Camille Lewis, Money Merv Pierre, Mimi Ramiro, Mallory Barnes, Keith Phillips, Mike Guerra, Adam and Cindy Burge, Thomas Payne, Darla Green, and David Helgeson. Let's look at our top 5 from the week that was last week. Here's your top 5 producers last week. I came in number 5, submitted $6,431.64. Megan Salamano Bachman, $7,044.96. Jeremico Edwards working on that big goal, $7,794 in premium. Mark Hutchison, number 2, $8,401.32. And number 1 for the week that was, Erin Wilson. She is going to continue to tear this thing up the rest of the year. $12,709.28. Way to go, Erin. Top 5 weekly paychecks from last week. Look, I love new names on the paycheck leaderboard. Look at Jade Smith, $4,590 in deposits last week alone. You got Mike Guerra, number 4 check last week, $4,714.13. Eduardo Soto deposited last week, $5,718.84. Nick Greco deposited last week, $7,315.46. And number 1 paycheck for the week that was last week, Mr. Mark Hutchison, $9,304.21 deposited last week alone. Let's look at month-to-date issue paid. Here's the top 10 as it's shaking out right now. Keep in mind, this is through last Wednesday. So if you had a bunch of stuff get issued Friday or Monday, or you got a bunch of stuff getting issued this week, it's not on there yet, but it will be on there. All right, here's how it stands thus far. Number 10, my buddy Eduardo Soto. Number 9, David Helgeson. Number 8, Devon Fitz. Number 7, Andre L. We got to figure out Andre's last name. Evan Patzer coming in at 6, just ahead of him, Jeremico Edwards. Number 4, Aaron Wilson. As you get into double digits there, way to go, Aaron. Number 3, Ryan and Camille Lewis. Number 2, another newer name, Jude Smith, coming up big. And currently, through last Wednesday, I'm sitting in the number 1 spot in personal production for the entire team. Year-to-date issue paid. Here's how, again, these things are always shaking up. I love it. Number 10, you got Seth and Adina Decker. Number 9, Mercedes Pena. Evan Patzer coming in at 8. Mimi Ramiro, number 7, just barely in front of her. Rogers and Kim Straughter. That's a tight one right there. Jumping up quite a bit there to number 5, Mr. Jeremico Edwards. 4, Adam and Cindy Burge. Number 3, Mark Hutchison. Number 2, Mike Guerra. And currently number 1. I'm sitting number 1 in personal production. Let's get it, guys. Recruiting from last week. Look at everybody that had 1 direct completed fast track. Look at that. Sarah Sanabria, that's part of Mercedes team. Mercedes also had 1. Sana Elchumari, I believe that's also part of Mercedes team. I know when Holly was putting the leaderboards together, she's like, you should see all the stuff going on under Mercedes. She is about to dominate. Willette Manley, Joanna Guillen, Chelsea Garcia, Eduardo Soto, Lane Hamilton, Annette Inez, 2 direct completed fast tracks last week. You got Brandon and Ashley Beal, the new parents, and still getting those fast tracks done. I love it. The base shop here had 2. Merv Pierre had 2. Adam and Cindy Burge with 3. And Rogers and Kim Straughter leading the way with 4. Look at new agent contracts last week. Calderon Green, the base shop here, Brandon and Ashley Beal, and Juniet Thomas, all with new direct agent contracts last week. And I believe that's the end of the slides. Yep. All right, so let's get going. So here's what I want to talk about first as we get into what to do to make sure that goals happen. I just want to hit you with a few principles first. 1, decision making is way overrated. Way overrated. It cracks me up when people will hem and haw about a decision. I don't know if I can commit to that goal this month. That's the easiest part. That's the easiest part, is the decision making. Here's where all the magic happens. Decision management. Decision management, way more important, takes way more leadership than just decision making. Decision making is a breeze. You just make a decision and then you got to manage it. That's where the leadership comes in. You think about courage. Real courage is not in the choice. Real courage is in the course. I'll say it again. Real courage is not in the choice. Real courage is in the course. In other words, it doesn't take a lot of courage to make a choice, to choose. I'm going to do this month. I'm going to make my goal public. Yes, it does take some courage to do that. I understand that. I'm talking about real courage. Real courage is in the course. In other words, not just starting it, but seeing it through, daily showing courage to make the decisions I need to make, to get up when I need to get up, to hit the phones when I need to hit the phones, to hit the phones with the spirit of service I need to hit them with. That's real courage. Real courage isn't in the choice. Anybody can make a choice. It's in the course. That's where real courage is. And why? Leadership is all about the follow through. Leadership is all about the follow through. It's that simple. Leadership is all about the follow through. Everything else is just noise. Everything else is just people beating on their chests. Real leadership is in the follow through. And just know, when you set a big goal, when you set a goal that scares you, when you set a goal that you're even afraid to speak out loud, when you do that, just know what to expect. Expect discouragement. Expect difficulties. Expect distractions, right? Those are the 3 Ds that get in the way of accomplishment. Difficulties, discouragements, and distractions. Expect that to come your way. Don't be shocked when it does, because that's what messes a lot of people up with big goals. They don't expect to get discouraged. They don't expect to see difficulties. They don't expect for distractions to come their way. Just know, when you set off on a course to do something big, you are going to have all 3 come at you. That's why I said real leadership is in the follow through. The ability to move through those, the ability to move through difficulty without becoming frustrated and wasting energy on, I just can't believe this. See, that's real leadership, to move through difficulty and just go, okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. It takes real leadership to move through discouragement productively. Anybody can move through discouragement despondently. Anybody can. That's what most people do. Real leadership allows you to move through discouragement productively, positively, and determinedly. I mean, I'm just telling you, that is real leadership. If it wasn't difficult, if it wasn't discouraging things happen along the way, if there wasn't constant distractions just trying to take our attention away, then it would require leadership. It also would be something not worth doing. All the things worth doing, you have to go through that stuff. So I'm talking to you out there that set big goals for May, big goals for June. And there's 2 different paths you can start on these goals. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to draw it out for you in a minute. But just know that real courage is not in the choice, it's in the course. And just know that real leadership is what's needed to move through difficulty, discouragement, and distractions productively, positively, and determinedly. In other words, nothing ain't gonna stop me. Because here's what I know about those 3: difficulty, distraction, and discouragement. They do have relatively short attention spans. I've learned this over the years. So if you just keep moving forward productively, they give up, they get bored, they go do something else, they go bother someone else, they go find an easier victim. I'm just telling you, discouragement, I will wear it out. I'm going to keep moving forward productively, positively, and I'm determined to hit my goals. All right, let's get into it. Let me draw this out for you. So here's what happens, right? Adam, I think you need to make me a host or a co-host. All right, let's try this again. Here we go. Start broadcast. 3, 2, 1. I wish Zoom would change that. It slows everything down. All right, here's what I want to draw out for you. So here's what happens. The initial goal gets set. And then you start, right? So for everybody that set their goals for May 1st, it started May 1st. For your June goals, is going to start June 1st. Here's what happens. You will go on one of two paths out the gate. Just one of two paths. The first is immediate, great results. Immediate, great results. Now, does this happen most of the time? Nope. At least it's not, in my experience, happen most of the time. Now, it has happened to me sometimes when we set a goal. It's like, Dad, gummit, we've got the results coming in quicker than I thought. Can that happen to you? Yeah. Is it happening for some of you this month? Heck yeah. Here's the other thing that can happen. Slow start results. Meaning it didn't come in as quick as you thought it would. It didn't come as easy as you thought it would. Maybe it means that exactly on May 1st, all three big D's hit you. You got hit with the distractions, with the difficulties, with the discouragements, boom, boom, boom. And so that puts you on this path. Now, here's why I say real leadership is in the follow through. Any old wuss can give up here, right? Any old wimpy, wussy, complainy, crybaby, who's crying, he's crying, enough fair. Any old wuss can quit there. Any old wimp can quit there, but not leaders. Here's the other thing. Anybody can be fired up here. Anybody can, right? Well, I got a few relatives. I could probably still find something wrong with it. Well, he knows it's going to do to my tax bill. I'm just telling you, it's going to do my tax bill. It's going to mess my tax bill. They're going to say something stupid, right? But you and me, I mean, it doesn't take much to be excited when we get immediate great results. What do you do with both? Let's talk first about here. Let's say this is how your month has started out. What to do then? So I got immediate great results. Things are smoking. What do I do now? Let me tell you. Number one, don't pick your head up. That kills momentum. People get out the gate to a great start, had a massive first week of issue pay, and then they go, woohoo! Oh, this goal is going to be easier than I thought. Oh my God, I don't know why I didn't set goals before. This is the easiest thing I've ever done. I'm going to hit this goal with real despair. And then guess what happens? The problem here, they slow down. This is the paycheck performance ratio that tells what true leadership is. Most people get a big paycheck. I'm just telling you, it's one of the reasons I watch paychecks. Someone gets a big paycheck. If you watch their production the next week, if they're a true leader, their production goes up. If they don't have that real leadership in them yet, their production goes down. That's what the moderate masses do. As soon as it gets easy, they let up, right? You've all seen this in dysfunctional couples. As soon as they get the fight finished, as soon as they're back in love again, they start doing the same dumb behaviors that got them in the mess in the first place. That makes sense. Like, you got past the difficulty. Now's the time to behave even better. Hello, right? But with goals, people will do that. They get out to a great start and they go, wow, this is easier than I thought. Well, I could probably make less dials this week. I could probably recruit less this week. I don't probably need to do all of that stuff this week. I'm just telling you, that's the number one thing. When you get off to a great start, don't pick your head up. It does. Here's why. Here's why. Distraction, difficulty, and discouragement, they're throwing you a head fake. They said, hey, y'all, watch this. We're going to let them get off to a great start, and then we're going to show up week 3. He won't see it coming. He won't see it coming. And he'll already be so laid back because he thinks he's going to coast to victory. And we're going to show up and mess it all up, right? Hey, you've seen it in sports. The team takes their foot off the gas pedal, loses the game. I think probably the biggest national example was the Super Bowl when I believe I got this straight, the Atlanta Falcons, I believe that was, who had a massive first half lead. Everybody said the Falcons win the Super Bowl. And then those stinking New England Patriots, they came out and they won the game because Atlanta took their foot off the gas. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. So if you get off to an amazing, great start, right? Remember, we got immediate great results. We should be happy. I'm not saying don't be happy. I'm just saying don't pick your head up. Don't pick your head up and slow down. No. You're going to lose the game. You're going to lose the game after a great start. Makes no sense. All right. Number 2, here's what do. Spread the good news. Be a beacon of positivity and accomplishment. Let everybody know, guys, we are off to an incredible start this month. We are killing it this month. We're off to a great start. Come with us. Just be that beacon, that harbinger of encouragement, that harbinger of good news to everybody. You got good news. Share it. Can you see how these both work? Because if you pick your head up and slow down, you dadgum sure are not going to be a harbinger of good news. I mean, you're already slowing down. You're already in the easy chair. The feet are already up, right? So spread the good news. Tell everybody what a great start you got off to. Tell them what you did. Number 3, use the momentum you got from that great start to throw more gas on the fire. Go back to the ratio, the inverse ratio that I often see where someone will get a big paycheck and then their production immediately goes down the following week. Well, you have a big, massive week. Use that to fuel the fire. You were just given a whole giant can of gas. You got a fire going. Instead, we'll hold on to the gas. No, throw more gas on the fire. You got momentum. Momentum is magical. It is not even gas on the fire at that point. When you get off to a great start, it's like throwing C4 on the fire. I mean, you are going to create an even more massive explosion. So, number 1, don't pick your head up and slow down if you got off to a great start. I'm fired up for you. Keep trucking. Number 2, spread the good news. Spread the good news. Put it on all the channels. Put it on the Alliance private Facebook. Put it, your agency manager's got a group chat. Put it on that. Put the good news everywhere and then throw more gas on the fire. Use that great start. Use the cash that comes from it to throw more gas on the fire. And then number 4, move the needle for next month. Meaning, I got off to a great start. I had originally set my goal for 40,000 of personal in May, and 40,000 in June. But with this great start, I'm going for 50 in June. Does that make sense? The team was going for 100 in May and 100 in June. With this head start, let's go for 120. We can do it. We can do it. We got all the momentum. We got it on the run. Now's the time to go. This is what real leadership looks like with immediate great results. We don't pick our head up and slow down. We spread the good news. We use that momentum to throw more gas on the fire, and then we move the needle for next month. That's what real leadership looks like. That's why I say real courage is not in the choice, it's in the course. All right. Now, that's for people that get off to a great head start. As I said, that has not always been my experience. It seems to me, and I don't know if this is personal, I try not to take it personal. I try not to be one of those people that thinks the universe is out to get me. But it just seems like I typically end up with the second kind. Remember, we talked about the 2 kinds of starts. For my experience, I've had plenty of these. Don't get me wrong. Oops, I switched to eraser. That's dangerous. I've had plenty of these. Don't get me wrong. But for the most part, I feel like statistically, I've had more of those. You get them both. This is why complaining people, you know, some of us got people in our lives like that. They're complaining people. They think they only ever get this. But the truth is, statistically, we all get about the same number of breaks statistically. All right. So what if this is me? Like, dadgummit, May did not start the way I thought it would. Okay, no worries. Here's the number 1 thing I'm gonna tell you. Here's the good news. Breathe, man. The good news is you're still alive. You got a shot. We can get this thing fixed. We can get it turned around. We can get it moving. All right. So what if this is you? What if this is me? We got off to a slow start. results wise. Now, here's one thing I'll tell you. Don't ever let yourself get beat on effort. That's embarrassing. Get beat on effort. Just don't ever let that happen. There's far too many people out there already doing that. Me and you, we need to set the example of leadership and never get beat on effort. But we're putting in the effort and it's just not, it didn't take off the way I thought it would. No problem. Keep putting in the effort. I got a strategy for you. So with number one, remember with the immediate great results, we said, don't pick your head up. Here's the opposite. Don't look down. Don't look down at the mud. Don't look down at the difficulty. Look up at the goal. Look up at the goal. It's like climbing a ladder. If you're scared of heights, you can climb a ladder so long as you never look down. If you just keep your eye on that next rung and that next rung and that next rung, you can keep climbing. So if the results didn't take off right away, don't look down. Why? That's what discouragement wants you to do. You put in the effort, it didn't come in as quick as you thought, and discouragement's like, woohoo, look down here, check it out. Look, hey, yo, look at this. You worked so hard. You had 40 appointments last week. Look at this. That's what discouragement's doing. Don't look down. It's going to call to you. I promise you. And then dadgummit, some people in your life will be like, hey, man, discouragement's down. He's trying to get your attention. You need to look down there. You need to look at it. But here's what they say. You need to be realistic. You need to be realistic. You need to look down and talk to discouragement from, no. Remember, real courage is in the course, not the choice. Remember, real leadership is about follow through. This takes real leadership. It's easy to look down and just go, I guess it wasn't meant to be, right? That's why most low performers are all fatalists, by the way. Every course of their life has been set in course and there's nothing they can do about it. There's nothing that can be done. It just wasn't meant to be. That's kind of like the opposite of sowing and reaping. That's kind of the opposite of courage is in the course. That makes sense? Not me and you. We don't look down. Number one, most important thing. I'm hammering on it because it's the most important thing. Don't look down at the discouragement. Look up at the goal. Don't look down at the discouragement. Look up. Keep your eye on the destination. Don't look at the discouragement. Keep your eye on the destination. Only I would have thought of that in my notes earlier. That rhymes. That's so much better. I love stuff that's catchy. Why? Because I don't have a lot of like brain capacity. You know what I'm saying? Like I can only remember so many things. So if it rhymes, God, that helps. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, we're resetting it. We're changing my notes that I prepared. We don't look down at the discouragement. We keep looking up at the destination. All right. Number two, figure out what happened, what had happened, and adjust. Very simple. What happened? I booked 30 appointments. I only wrote $4,000. What happened? Something happened. Something happened. We got sloppy in our booking. We got sloppy in our running. Something happened. We got too excited and we left off basic discipline. Something happened. Makes sense? The team sat idle instead of charging. What happened? How did I fail as a leader? That's what I'm trying to figure out and understand so I can adjust accordingly. Now you say, isn't that the same as looking down at the discouragement instead of keeping your eyes up on the destination? No, it's the exact opposite. See, looking down at the discouragement is looking down to feel bad. You continue to look up at the destination and go, it's further away than I thought. I didn't make as much movement towards it. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? What do I need to adjust? Get coaching from someone that's hit the goal before. Makes no sense to get coaching from someone that hasn't hit the goal before, right? Who hasn't hit the goal before? You, me. Does that make sense? If we haven't hit that goal before, then I'm not the guy to coach me through it. I've got to get you. Does it make sense? So I'm just telling you, figure out what happened and adjust. Get some coaching on it. Number three, double down on effort, energy, and emotion. Hey, you got a fight on your hands. You got a problem on your hands. Remember, I said real courage is in the course, not the choice. This would be one of those courage moments. Remember, I said real leadership is in the follow through. This would be one of those real leadership moments. Double down on the effort, energy, and emotion, right? The 3 Ds, these are the 3 Es. The 3 Ds, distractions, difficulty, discouragement. How do we negate those? We double down on effort, energy, and emotion. I booked 30 appointments last week. I only wrote $4,000. I figured, remember, I didn't look down. All right. I booked 30 appointments, only wrote $4,000. I figured out what happened. I got sloppy in my booking. I got sloppy in my running. I figured out a couple things that I had to adjust. So now this week, guess what? Weekend's canceled, brother. The weekend is canceled because I'm going to run another 10 appointments above it. Does that make sense? And not only am I going to double down on the effort, I am going to do it with the most energy and fire I got. I'm going to put my heart into it more than I put it into last week. Because chances are, if I booked 30 appointments and only wrote $4,000, my heart probably wasn't in it. I probably didn't give it my full energy. I didn't give it the spirit of service it deserves. Make sense? So we got to catch up. We got to catch up. We can't catch up and do the same. We got to catch up by doing more. It's kind of like for all of you that worked in a factory before. What do they call it? Mandatory overtime. Jeremico knows all about that. Mandatory overtime. That's what this is. All right. Number 4, deploy more assets. Oops. Deploy more assets, more leads, more phone time getting lists, more phone time talking to lists, more appointments. Deploy more assets at the problem. Attack the problem with more assets. How can you get more assets? Get creative, get aggressive, but deploy more assets to the problem. And number 5, again, real courage is in the course. Real leadership is in the follow through. Continue to speak the goal. Continue to speak the goal. That's why I said I started off with real courage is in the course and real leadership's in the follow through. Most people, when they get off to this kind of start, they look down. They look down at the discouraging results instead of up at the destination. And then they stop talking about the goal. Because quite frankly, they're hoping no one remembers that they even spoke it. Because they don't want to get brought up later that they didn't hit it. Guess what? Anybody in your life, let me just go ahead and get out of here real quick. Let's see. Stop broadcasting. All right. Let me tell you something. Anybody in your life that is a nanny boo-boo kind of person that likes to bring up that, hey, remember you set that big goal and you didn't hit it? You don't need those people in your life. Those people are emotional vampires. They are emotional vampires. And the problem is they're masking what's insecurity with an air of superiority, right? The only reason they're bringing that up is because they're insecure, miserable little clot of ailments, upset that the whole world has not bent its knee to give them everything for free. So who cares? It's a good test. You set a big goal, you didn't hit it, or you got off to a slow start, and one of your nanny boo-boo people comes up and says, yeah, Mr. 300,000, huh? You know what I do when people do that to me? They become red button people. You might have been a green button person, but now you're a red button person. I ain't got time for those kind of people in my life. I got too much important stuff to get done with Holly, to get done with Tinsley, to get done with Chandler, to get done with the business. I got too much important stuff to get done than to have nanny boo-boo people in my life. I don't care about those people. You could build a mountain out of the crap I don't give about what people like that think. I'm just telling you. I encourage you to join me. Guys, I know that'll help you. It has helped me tremendously. You say, where do you get this stuff from, Stephen? I get it from books. I get it from my own personal journals. I look at times where, hey, things didn't work out like I thought they would. What was I writing? What was I reading? What was I believing that helped me get through those times? I'm just telling you, guys, the adversity is the way, right? That's the way through. The way out is through. So I'll end where I started. Real courage is not in the choice, it's in the course. Real leadership is in the follow through. I know you have real courage. I know you have real leadership inside of you. And I can't wait to continue in the fight with you. Guys, there is no reason for us to stop. There is no reason for us to look up, to let up until we crush through 1 million a month. We're going to do it. The Leventoviches are going to do it. Riddle's going to do it. And then I can't wait to watch teams on this team do it. We are breaking barriers. We are creating a vacuum to suck more leaders right up in it. Guys, we have everything we need in front of us. We've got the system. We've got the team. We've got the events now. I'm just telling you, now is the time. If you got off to a great, amazing results start, fantastic. Throw gas on the fire. We love you. We're proud of you. We are excited. We are thankful for you. If you got off to a slow start results, hey, don't look down. Don't give in to discouragement. What you got to do, we got a game plan for that. We're going to keep looking up at the destination and we're going to adjust accordingly and we're going to keep speaking it. Guys, Holly and I love you. We are here to help you any way we can. It was an exciting week on the road last week. I'm excitedly planning my June, July, August travel plans. Tell me where I can help you. We got it in front of us. Let's get out. Let's attack it. Love y'all.